Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna. I'm happy that I have to speak in one language. Right? So those who want to hear in Hindi can go out of the room. I mean, in the next room, we have Hindi translation. Okay, so all of you are happy with English? Actually, we should stop clapping. Clapping is not our traditional way. I don't know why the devotees clap, right? That's it. Or is it necessary? Sometimes when the children are performing, you should encourage them by clap. Of course, when the child is performing, you're encouraging. Okay, so can we begin? Can we have complete silence? No talking? No mobile phones, right? You all must be thinking, why am I speaking so much against mobile phones, right? Shukadeva Goswami never spoke anything against mobile phones because there were no mobiles at that time. If 88,000 sages would have had smartphones, what would have happened? And they're all live streaming it on YouTube or Facebook. And then they will say, Shukadeva Goswami, Maharaj, just 1 minute. And Shukadeva Goswami, what should I speak about Krishna? And then he would have definitely spoken 2 chapters on mobiles. Mobile kadapi na upyogami. He has not spoken. So today we are starting. This will go on. I don't know how many seminars or how many sessions we can do. Demons in Vrindavan Leela. So these demons represent anarthas in our heart. And partly I spoke yesterday about anarthas very briefly. But we'll go in detail now because all of you are very, very sincere and senior devotees. So I will learn a lot from all of you by presenting this seminar. So now whatever we are doing is based on Srila Prabhupada's teachings, obviously. And this was the year when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance was, 500 years of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance was being celebrated. And some of our devotees at that time, when was it? 84, I think. So the devotees were going to various places. They went to meet one person. His name was Tarun Kanti Ghosh. He was a very famous person in Bengal, had 20 publications, newspapers, magazines, 20 publications. So he told them very interesting thing. He said some years ago or last year or something, he went to Laguna Beach for enjoyment. Obviously, Indians like to go to America or other places. So he went to Laguna Beach. He got down at the airport. So he thought, let me ask, what are the things? What should I see? So he went to an officer who was an American officer. And he asked him, what are the places to see? So this American thought he's an Indian. So he said, there is a very nice temple here. And Tarun Kanti Ghosh, who had gone there to enjoy, couldn't even hear temple. He didn't come here to see temples, like he was not on a yatra. So he said, yeah, but what are the things? So officer thought that he's asking details. So he took out a pamphlet of the temple and he said, there is Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita, and this, he was just thinking, and he said, as he was saying the names, Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita, he said, I was feeling ashamed. He said, I'm born in a Vaishnava family. He's from a Vaishnava family. Your battery is running low, please put something on this. This you should have checked earlier before putting it. Anyway, My battery is still high, so I'll continue. So he thought that I'm from a Vaishnav family. I'm supposed to tell them who's Lord Chaitanya, who's Nityananda, and he's telling me, what a shame for me. So then he said, I went there to the temple. I went to Laguna Beach. I had gone for enjoyment, seeing the discos and the bars and other things. But I went to the temple, just went to the temple and came back. And he said that I was saved. Otherwise, I would have done all sorts of nonsense thing, but I was saved. And this Laguna Beach temple, the Panchatattva temple, is established by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So then when he came back on the 500th year, he was running a lot of articles on his publications. So all his publications, he had one article on the front page. We'll give this some. Thank you. Should I continue? Or some other things have to be completed? So on all his publication in the front page, he had this article about how he went to Laguna Beach and how he was saved by seeing Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda. And then he wrote in the end that this 500 years of Mahaprabhu's appearance celebration cannot be completed unless we glorify one person, and that is His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared not to kill the papis, but to kill the pap. He did not appear to kill the people who are sinful, but he came to kill the sins within our body, within our mind, within us. Papera nash. So that is what we should try to do, that whatever we have in our heart, we should offer it to Krishna. Right? But what do we offer to Krishna? How will you offer your heart full of all kinds of material desires, all kinds of dirt in that? So let us purify and make it ready for Krishna. Of course, we can offer anything to Krishna, Krishna will purify. But it is our duty that, when you are offering some bhoga, you offered cooked food, right? You don't think, let me offer, Krishna will cook on its own. So you offer it properly. Similarly, we are trying to clean and purify our heart so that we can give it as an offering to Krishna. So in that sense, we will have to kill the demons in our heart. So all the demons in Vrindavan Leela who appeared are there in our heart as anarthas. Anartha means usefulness. There is some artha, meaning. So that's called meaning. And anartha means no meaning. Anartha, or useless things. So anartha means anything which is against bhakti is called anartha. Anything which takes us away from Krishna is called anartha. Anything which inspires us to think anything other than Krishna is anartha. So anartha doesn't mean just, we should think, I have no problem, I am very clean in heart. No. If you are not thinking about Krishna, that's anartha. What is the use of such a heart which cannot think about Krishna? So anartha means any situation, any person, anyone who's taking you away from Krishna is anartha because there is no use. Artha, no meaning. So meaning to life is when you are connected to Krishna. So we should have this desire that when we are living, we should live by remembering Krishna, and when we are dying, we should die while remembering Krishna. If your life is without remembering Krishna, what is the use of such a life? And if you're dying without remembering Krishna, what is the use of such a thing? So we should always try that let us purify. And Krishna can come only in a purified heart. Krishna will not come in any dirty place, right? Even when we worship Krishna, we keep him in a very clean place, isn't it? We don't keep him in a dirty place. So Krishna appears when you make your heart very soft. Because Krishna likes soft things. Have you heard Krishna was stealing paneer or Krishna was stealing some other hard things? No, he was stealing butter. Very soft, isn't it? So if you make your heart hard as stone, Krishna, why will he come to steal? If you want Krishna to come for stealing your heart, make it soft like butter. Krishna will be inspired to come. And when he is inspired, in Damodar Leela, there's a nice description that it is said that Krishna became Stanakamya. Stanakamya means he wanted to drink milk from Yashoda. So there the Acharyas explain that because seeing Yashoda doing so much service, she got up early morning, being a queen, she was churning the butter for Krishna. That's why it is mentioned Ekada Graha Dasishu, only once. There were so many servants, but Yashoda thought on the day of Deepavali, let me make. So there it is said that seeing that desire of serving Krishna nicely, Krishna became Stanakamya. Stanakamya means he wanted to drink milk. And similarly for devotee is serving Krishna very nicely, Krishna becomes eager to take a rasa from his heart. As he was eager to drink milk from Yashoda's breast, but here he becomes very, very eager to take that rasa from devotee's heart. So, but we have to make our heart fit for Krishna. Right now, our heart, what is there? Steel-hearted. So you have such a strong steel, like the advertisements come sometimes, very strong steel. No one, even an elephant cannot break it or something. So we are very proud to say that my heart is so steel-hearted that no one can break. Krishna can never enter it. And we are very happy about it. So you see, by the mercy of Acharyas, Krishna is waiting right at the gate of our heart. It is only by the mercy of Acharyas, otherwise why will Krishna come to you? Who are you? So he has come, but we have closed our hearts. We don't want Krishna to come. Why? In Hindi, there was a song earlier, Is dil ke tukde hajar kiye, kahan diya hai, kahan diya, aise kuch gana tha na, I don't remember. So we have done the same thing. We have so many people in our heart. There is no place for Krishna, right? We have given our heart to our family. We have given our heart to earning money. We have given our heart to society. We have given our heart to nation. We have given our heart to so many things, but not to Krishna. So purification of heart is required, and all these unwanted anartha should go away. And then we can enjoy Krishna's pastimes. Krishna's pastimes are of two kinds, majorly. There can be another, but mostly two kinds. One is called Nitya Leela, and another is called Naimittik Leela. Nitya Leela means eternal pastimes of Krishna. And Naimittik means when he comes to this material world and he performs certain pastimes, called occasional or Naimittik Leela. Right? Like say for example, okay, tell me what are the eternal pastimes? Nitya Leela. Rasa Leela, very nice. Any other? Taking the cows to, yes, cow herding, yes. These are Nitya Leela, very nice. You should raise your hand before speaking, not just start speaking. Yeah. Playing the flute. Was Krishna playing the flute in Dwarka? No. So some eternal pastimes, right? Okay, what are occasional pastimes?
Govardhan Leela.
Govardhan Leela, okay. There is no Indra there to create trouble in spiritual world. Anyone else?
The Kaliya Dhamma was given for
The Kaliya Dhamma.
other demons.
Generally, we have a saying in English, ladies first, right? But here they are not speaking at all. They have given the chance to gents first. Yes, any Matajis? What are occasional pastime? Damodar Leela, okay. He doesn't get tied up in spiritual world. Why he doesn't get tied up? He's already grown up there. He's 15, 16-year-old boy. He's not a 4, 5, 3, 4 year. So some of the pastimes which we see here, when Krishna comes into material world, is a combination of Nitya and Naimittik Leela. Like we see Rasa Leela, which is Nitya Leela, but we also see Krishna taking birth, which is not Nitya Leela. Krishna does not take birth in spiritual world. Just imagine you can't celebrate Janmashtami there. Do you wish to go there? Any of you want to go to the spiritual world? So there's no Janmashtami celebration. No problem. He's saying very good, no fasting. So a lot of things are not there in the spiritual world. Demons are not there in spiritual world, isn't it? All of you agree? Why demons are not there in spiritual world?
Their heart is,
Yeah, please.
their heart is not purified.
The heart is not purified. Very nice. Any other reason? Why demons are not there in spiritual world?
They are envious of Krishna.
They're envious of Krishna. Very nice. And in spiritual world, no one can be envious of Krishna. Very nice. Any other reason? Yes.
They want to stay away.
They want to stay away from Krishna, enjoy independently. Very nice. Yes.
They are killed by Krishna. Demons are killed by Krishna, so they go to direct to spiritual.
So they are there. He's saying they are there. Okay. We're talking about demons in Vrindavan Leela. So why demons are not in spiritual world? Any other last reason, Kuri? Yes.
They are ignorant. Demons are ignorant.
They're ignorant. Yes. Somebody said about Mahaprabhu. Yes. Papakarma. Okay, I'll give you a very convincing reason, very practical reason, which will make you believe that there are no demons in Vrindavan. Are you ready to hear? There are no demons in Vrindavan Leela. There are no demons in the spiritual world because we all are sitting here.
We are the
Is it a good convincing reason?
yes.
We all are sitting here. How will we be there in spiritual world? Right? So these two kinds of pastimes he performs, and killing of demons is not there in the spiritual world because we all are sitting here. So demons which Krishna is killing in Vrindavan, they actually represent anarthas, or they are the main obstacles facing the aspiring devotee. So we are all aspiring devotees, and the main obstacles are represented by the demons Krishna killed in Vrindavan. And if these demons can be killed, then our progress in devotional services guaranteed. So we have to kill. So when we are talking of Anartha or Nivritti, so that is a stage in devotional service. We all know there are 9 stages in devotional service. Can somebody read this loudly?
Shraddha, faith. One is sadhu sangha, association with devotees.
Little loudly, everyone can.
Third one is bhajan kriya, means trying to seriously take up the process of devotional service. Fourth one is Anartha Nivritti, free of all unwanted things. Fifth one is nishtha, means steadiness in Krishna consciousness. Sixth one is ruchi, means a deep taste for Krishna consciousness. Seventh one is asakti, which means attachment for Krishna. Eight is bhava, means ecstasy, the first rays of the sun of love for Krishna. The last one is prema, it means pure love for Krishna.
Thank you. So we have these stages starting from Shraddha, faith up to prema, and the stage very important is Anartha Nivritti. Why is it important? Because if you have passed this stage of Anartha Nivritti, then we'll be able to advance very quickly, because the obstacles will be largely removed or overcome. There will still be obstacles, but not a lot of them. So that is why Anartha Nivritti stage is very important. Srila Prabhupada says in a lecture, someone else can read this.
In this way, when Anartha Nivritti is finished, perfect, then he becomes firmly stuck up in Krishna consciousness. Tato nishtha tato ruchi. Then taste. The taste is so nice that one cannot give up Krishna consciousness. One cannot give up chanting of Hare Krishna. It increases the transcendental taste. And after taste, there is a sakti attachment. When there is attachment of Krishna, that is the almost final stage of the perfectional life. Srila Prabhupada lecture on Bhagavad Gita.
So,
Left one side. Just taking from the stage here.
okay, anyway, all of you read, don't worry. So, so this is what Prabhupada is saying, that when Anartha Nivritti is finished, perfect, then he becomes firmly. So then you cannot go back. Right? Till then, there are chances that you may, think, material world is good. It's not so bad. You can still enjoy here. Being a devotee, I can enjoy or something. Because we come into Krishna consciousness, and then still we are looking for some material enjoyment, some comfort. So we should not look for comforts in bhakti, a comfortable situation in bhakti, but bhakti should comfort us. That should be our goal. So what happens now? This is important to do, but why is it that we have these anarthas? First of all, forget about removing them. We should also know why do we have them? What happens that we forget Krishna? Because as soul, as pure consciousness, we are always supposed to remember Krishna. That's our natural position, right? Like say, natural position of the fish is into water. She enjoys in the water. Or similarly, our natural position is to always remember Krishna. That's just natural to us. Something becomes very natural to us, right? Like fish swimming in water. It's natural. You don't have to give a training. You don't have to have a training school how to swim, etc. She's just born and starts swimming. So natural, right? For us, if we are in the water, we have to be taught, do this, do that. So like this, certain things are natural. So for the soul, it is natural to remember Krishna all the time. So we have given up our natural tendency. Why? Because we are covered. So like sun is there. You see, when it is cloudy, rainy season, so we don't see sun. Although sun is there, but it is covered by clouds, right? When you go in plane, you realize it. Plane is above the clouds. Sun is so strong. You can see very bright sun. But below, if you see on the cities, it will be dark. So the sun is there. Sun rays are coming, blocked by the clouds. They don't reach the place, right? And when the clouds are away, again the sun comes. So similarly, soul is like sun, pure, shining. And then there are clouds of anarthas that cover our consciousness, pure consciousness. So we are not able to remember Krishna, so we come into darkness. So there are four kinds of clouds, four types of clouds of anarthas that cover the pure consciousness. The first one is that first cloud or first kind of anarthas arising from previous sin. In your previous life or even in this life before coming to bhakti, you may have committed a lot of sinful activities. So that becomes a cause of anartha. Second, you may have done some nice activities, pious activities. they also become cause of anarthas. You commit mistakes in bhakti, they become cause of anarthas, and you commit offenses in devotional service, they become cause of anarthas. So these are four causes or four kinds of clouds that cover our consciousness. So we are not able to experience that connection with Krishna. Like people staying in the city, they are not able to get connected to sun. Why? Because the clouds are covered. So any of you have any question, anytime you can raise your hand and ask. So don't wait till the end, because by the end you will forget everything. Isn't it? Or you will remember. What will happen? Okay. Prabhuji is saying we remember. So after the lecture, I'm going to ask each of you, summarize the whole lecture. And let me see how much do you remember. Okay? Prabhuji thought, let me ask now. Yes.
The devotional service and bhakti, how do you say?
There's no need, it's the same. Devotional service.
We have 4 types.
Yeah, the difference is not in bhakti, difference is in imperfectly performed bhakti and offenses in devotion. That is the difference.
This one is the
Which one?
Third.
No, third one is the, like you are supposed to dress the deities like this, you didn't do that. Imperfectly performed bhakti. You're talking of imperfectly performed bhakti, this one. Right? Where they may make mistakes like that, some mistake. Anyway, I'll explain you. If you have questions on all these 4, you can wait for the next slides. Yes, Prabhu.
3 of them are negatively written, but the one which is mentioned on the top is somewhat like positive. So how do we leave the positive to the?
Let's go ahead and we'll continue. So here is the first one. Previous sinful. I said 4, right? So 4 are there. Now this is first one, this is second, this is third and fourth. So we'll go ahead. And then after that, if you have any questions, you can ask. So anarthas that are arising from previous sinful activities are of 5 kinds. We're not going in detail of this. In essence, we go into ignorance, mistake permanent to be impermanent, right? The body to be permanent, soul to be impermanent. And then we develop false ego. Now what is false ego? I'm not asking Hindi. Who will explain me false ego?
Falsely
Raise your hand. Without raising hand, no one will speak. Please. Yes, Mataji. I'm this body. Very nice. So what is it exactly? I'll let you know. False ego means our false identification. It is not pride. Please understand. Many times we think pride. No, sorry. False ego means our false identification. So ego means identification. So we have 2 kinds of ego, false ego and real ego. False ego is, I'm this body. Real ego is, I'm servant of Krishna. That's real ego. So ego matlab not pride again. Real identification. That is our identification. So second one is false ego. Asmita, their names avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh, and abhinnivesh. So rag is attachment, dvesh is hatred, and abhinnivesh means acquired nature. Like we are absorbed in bodily activities, we are fearful of death. So all these things. So basically, we have avidya, the root cause of everything. And that is why Prabhupada wrote so many books, so that we get knowledge. So he is hitting at the root cause. Root cause is ignorance, avidya. You take vidya, all other things will go. So all other things are arising due to ignorance, avidya. What is arising? What happens when you are in ignorance? The first thing to come is false ego. We start thinking, I'm this body, I'm supposed to do everything for this body, right? And then when you think like this, what happens? You develop attachment. Right? You all may not have attachment to your family, to your money, to your society, nothing. You're not attached. I know all of you are very detached people here right? But I'm talking of some people who are actually attached, not like you are. All of you are detached, right? Completely. No attachment to money at all. You see money as stones or piece of rubbish, right? It's all dust for you. Even if somebody gives you gold, it's just like stone for you. So you're not attached to it. You're not attached to family at all, right? You don't say, oh, he's my child, I have to do something, I have to save and all. You're not attached at all. They're saying, what is this? This is all Maya. Isn't it? Correct or wrong?
No.
Are we attached?
Yes.
So cause is false identification. And false identification comes due to avidya. So just take knowledge, all these things will go up. Attachment, hatred. You know, why do we hate people? Because we think that he's not belonging to me. It's not like that. If we understand that everyone is a child of God, we are all related, whoever you are, whichever country, wherever you are, then you will see every body as a temple of Lord, because you can see presence of Lord in the heart. Then you will not have hatred. You will not have any attachment to particular thing, because the whole world is yours. Right? So lack of knowledge creates all this. So these are anarthas from previous sinful activities. Now we are going anarthas from previous pious activities. Positive, your question. So can we have anarthas? We are doing nice things, pious activities. You're opening hospitals, you're opening orphanage, you're giving food to poor people. This is wonderful. How can anartha come from that? What is that anartha? Attachment to Satguru. Sense enjoyment and mukti. Now we say we should be in Sattva-guna, but we should not be attached to that. That okay, I can be, we have to cross that guna also, right? You cannot be in just the guna. What Bhagavad Gita says, sa gunan samati taityana brahma bhuyaya kalpate. When do you reach that brahma bhuyaya avastha? When you cross all that. But Sattva-guna is a platform from where we can cross. So we don't have to be attached to that also. But people get attached to Sattva-guna. I need everything clean. Here in the ashram, they're not keeping clean. Let me go out of here. So if a person is going out of place because it is not kept clean, he is giving up bhakti. Why? Because he is so attached to Sattva-guna. So he is attached to keeping clean. So he cannot do bhakti if everything is not clean. He will leave bhakti, but he will not stay in a wrong, dirty place. Is that correct or wrong? He should try to clean the place, but not leave bhakti. That's the. It's not that he should remain in dirty place, but not that he leaves bhakti also. So we get attached to Sattva-guna. And sense enjoyment also in Sattva-guna. There is sense enjoyment in Sattva-guna also. And then mukti. So we are attached to mukti, not to the seva. Please understand, while doing bhakti, we are not here to be liberated. We are not here for spiritual advancement. We are here to please Krishna. That's all. If that is the mood, that is the real advance. That is real mukti. So we don't strive for mukti. I want to go away from birth, death, old age, disease. No. What are our acharyas saying? You keep us anywhere. Swarge va niraye. You keep me in heaven, you keep me in hell. I don't mind. They're not asking for liberation. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagadish kamaye. Mama janmani janmanishware. Saying, I don't want liberation. So that is the mood of a devotee. But what happens when you have done a lot of pious activity? You get attached to it. Then anarthas arising from the improper performance of bhakti, as I was saying. So many times the weeds comes up and you start committing a lot of mistakes in the bhakti. So then you get, while doing bhakti, you get attached to becoming famous, you get attached to having money, facilities, worship. People should always put garland to me. So when you go in a program and you don't get a garland, what happens? It's useless people. I'll not come next time here. Right? They couldn't even offer garland to me. What's the point? So you require worship and respect. Yeah, and comfortable position, fame. Right? I'm giving lecture. All of you should say after the lecture, very nice lecture, okay? Otherwise, I'm not going to give another lecture later. Praise. These all things comes. So this is like weeds which are growing along with bhakti. Very nicely explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the pastime of Gundicha Marjan. When you do Gundicha Marjan, Mahaprabhu, how he was cleaning, and Acharyas have explained everything. At first, he just took whatever was there on the stove. Then he started cleaning the cracks. And then he took his own cloth and then cleaned. So why it is? So that is all because these all things are like anarthas, which come in our heart. We don't have to do that. We don't have to become famous. Morning also I was saying, we are not here to be famous. We are here to give up that tendency to be famous. We are here as servants, right? We get initiated. And what comes after the initiation? The name comes Das. And what we feel, now I am great, I am initiated. Isn't it? I'm senior now. See, he's not initiated. Because he is initiated, I'm sorry. He's initiated or not? He's not initiated. Now I'm initiated, I'm senior. What senior? You are stamped as Das, now come into the mood of servant. We forget that, right? And that is why most of the time when we say, what is your name? Atul Krishna. No, you should say that Das also. Das generally we don't want to say, no? Because we are not Das, we are not servant. And then you get Brahman Diksha, wow. You are as if you have achieved Krishna. And somehow if you get sannyas, then to pucho hi nahi. So you see, these are, what is initiation means? Beginning. Initiation means to begin. What is the beginning? Beginning of coming into the mood of a servant. That is why Das is put onto your name. Initiation is beginning to appreciate the spiritual master. Initiation is beginning to see how the mercy flows from spiritual master. That is initiation. Not that initiation means you have become very senior. It's not a stamp of making you senior. So we in the bhakti also, we do this. And then there are anarthas arising from offenses in devotional service. What are those anarthas? Like the 10 offenses we have against the holy name. There are other offenses, seva aparad, dham aparad. But mainly we know is offenses in the chanting of holy. There are 10 offenses, right? Who will tell me the 10 offenses? Any other, we know, Prabhuji knows, any other person. So many of them, those who have not spoken today, you have already spoken. Yes.
Last week, what is what dedicated the life of Prabhu in the holy Brahma Shiva, to take Brahma Shiva to equal the name of God Krishna, so by the order of Shri Master. Last week, very said, in pursuant to the Vedic version, take the Krishna name as an imagination.
Consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna today.
Very much. Right? To give some interpretation to the holy name. 6.
7.
7. By the name, I mean, strength of the holy name, we are doing the pop. Right? To read the Hare Krishna Mahamudra, Vedic.
So, let him speak. Why are you into it? Okay, thank you. You should clap for him. Yes, 8th offense, Mataji. No. What is it? Yes, you have already spoken. Wait. Those who have not spoken today. Now what happens whenever I start looking, asking everyone mentions. Look at me, I'm not there. Right? I think we should have a class, Prabhu. This is important. That we do not even know. I think most of you are initiated, as far as I know. Right? Some of them at least. So. But even if you are not initiated, this is the first thing we are taught in ISKCON. 10 offenses. And we do not know. We have to search on Google right now. Prabhuji is doing that. So that's not a very good idea. Right? These 10 offenses we chant daily. It should be like, it's like how you eat food. Suppose somebody asks you, what does a rasgulla is? Rasgulla is sweet or sour? See how nicely she said. That we know rasgulla is sweet. Similarly, we should know about the 10 offenses. If somebody asks you, what are the 10 offenses? Start your recording, play. Tak, 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 right? And then a 10th, and then after that also whatever is there. But at least a 10 offenses. Okay, now who will tell me 10 offenses? Again, because this is important, I don't want to just go on Anarthas and we don't even know what are the 10 offenses. Those who have not spoken till now. Anyone? Ah, I understand Hindi.
उन भक्तों की निंदा करना जिन्होंने अपना पूरा जीवन भगवान की सेवा में व्यक्त किया। दूसरा शिव ब्रह्मा आदि देवों के नामों को भगवान नाम के समान या उससे स्वतंत्र। दूसरा गुरु की अवज्ञा करना या उन्हें सारे दूसरे।
ना तीसरा is only गुरु की अवज्ञा करना बस. That is it. गुरु और अवज्ञा in Padma Puran only this much is that.
वैदिक शास्त्रों का खंडन किया। पांचवा पवित्र भगवान नाम में आपको आता है।
ओके, आपने थोड़ा इधर उधर कर दी, कोई बात नहीं. पांचवा, जनरली वी चैंट फिफ्थ वन एज दैट.
तो सातवां नाम के बल पर बात करें तो एक मानव के व्यक्ति महिमा वेदों में वर्णित सकाम कर्म कर्म कांड के समान नववां अष्टकामी व्यक्ति को हरिनाम की महिमा का उपदेश करना. दसवां भगवान नाम के जप में पूर्ण विश्वास होगा और इसकी त्यागात महिमा श्रवण करने पर
बस 10 हो गए, वो बात का बात. So that's all. So we should all know this. Okay, all the 10 offenses. Now this is an homework for you. When is the next class? Is that too early? Is that too early to remember? Memorize? हो जाएगा शाम तक. शाम तक. शाम तक. You know how I know nobody will come in the evening. So we have not memorized. Forget about going. Prabhuji is going to ask.
It's very important.
So who will in the evening? Who will tell me? Raise your hands. Who will memorize and tell? See, Krishna is watching. Okay. So all of you are promising in front of Krishna. Once again, raise your hand. Let me see. Krishna is watching. Yes. And please come also. Then if you are not able to memorize. So we will hear in the evening from all of you. I'll ask anyone about the 10 offenses. So start your recording. Okay. So these are the 10 offenses. Now all these anarthas in our heart in the form of demons. So there is a brief description which demon represent what anartha. So there are about 20. I'm not going in detail. We'll go in detail when we hear about them. So, or you want to know which anartha is represented? Okay, note it down. First demoness to be killed was Putana. Putana represents pseudo guru, bogus guru, and they are of two types. We will discuss when we discuss about Putana. There are two types: person also, and another type is not a person. Shakatasur, carrying the burden of the cart load of old and new bad habits. That is Shakatasur. So Shakatasur means carrying the burden. To carry the burden, because Shakata means it was in the form of a cart. So it is carrying the burden of old and new habits. It also represents lethargy. Lethargy means being lazy. Trinavarta. Trinavarta means false pride arising from material scholarship. Materially, you are very advanced and you are studied scholar, and then you get, the pride in your heart. So this gives rise to bogus philosophies. Then you come out with some philosophy. I have received Nobel Prize for this. There was a person from India. He received many years ago. He received Nobel Prize for economics. All over the newspaper. So next day there was interview, and he says, "I don't believe in God." So all these things, because you are so proud of your scholarship, then you are just bogus philosophies. Then Nalkuvar and Manigriv, this is Damodar Leela. Again, pride, but this is due to rooted in wealth. You're very wealthy. So earlier pride was due to scholarship, Trinavar, and now here due to wealth. Nalkuvar, Manigriv were very wealthy people. They were sons of. So Kuvera, of course, is very powerful, right? He is giving money even to the Lord, loan. He gave it, right?
Yes.
To whom? Venkateshwara, yes. Marriage he gave. Just imagine, he wanted to marry, there was no money. Even today in India, people take loan to get their daughters married, right? It is all parampara going on. Lord Venkateshwara took. But then I also heard that nowadays, I mean, and not now, even earlier, anyone can go and get married there and everything is free in Lord Venkateshwara, right? Yeah. At least Prasadam I know is free, so they don't have to worry about it. Yeah, people get, not only for this facility, it's a tradition, at least in whole of Andhra, that if they want to get married, they used to go there. Come back and do whatever reception and all fine, but the marriages were happening there. Now, of course, we have forgotten all this. So Kuvera gave money. He was not ready to give because he didn't have, Lord didn't have anything. So he asked for security. So then Brahmaji and others have to come and say, no problem, we are there. If he doesn't give, we'll give it. So then it was given to the Lord. And that is why Venkateshwara has one hand like this. When he's, you've seen, his one hand is like this. Where he's saying that he needs some money, so he's asking for commission. And then he told Lakshmi, because she wanted to go back. And he said, what can I do? I have a loan, I have to pay back. And then only I can go. She said, well, how can I help? So he told Lakshmi that whoever comes to me, you give him a lot of money. And then he'll give me commission. So that's how I'll pay my debts. So this thing is going on. Anyway, so they were sons of Kuvera. So a lot of wealth. Vatsasura is a childish type of mentality giving rise to a type of greediness, resulting in a wicked type of mischievousness. So as I said, when we go to that, we will explain you how it is. Bakasur, cunning duplicity or deceptiveness, because he came, Bakasur is just lying and they entered. Aghasur, cruelty and violence. Brahma Vimohan Leela, of course, Brahmaji is not a demon. So why his name is included here? Because we are learning a lot from them. So Brahma Vimohan Leela is mundane activities and speculative scholarism. Like mundane, Brahma thought, oh, how can he be God? He cannot be God. So that's the thing. Dhenukasur, gross materialistic intelligence or ignorance of spiritual knowledge. What was his farm, Dhenukasur? Donkey, yes, Gadha. So what is it? Gadha, symbol of ignorance, right? You all know that, no? One time there was a marriage happening of camel. Camel was getting married. So all the animals went. Gadha also came. The donkey also came. So he saw there was a big queue. Everyone had bought some gift. He didn't bring anything. He just came like that. You know why he came like that? Because Gadha hai, usko pata hi nahi. So but then he thought what to do. He also stood in line. He said, I'll do something. So he came close. When he came and he wanted to give, there was no gift. So he glorified him. He said, Aho Rupam, Aho Rupam. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. You know, have you seen camel very closely? Very close, means close in the sense you can see his mouth. Have you seen anything? So dirty, so ugly, you cannot stand. From far he looks okay, but you go close, very ugly. And he's saying, Aho Rupam, Aho Rupam. So camel also understood, this person is unnecessarily glorifying. So the camel told him, Aho Dhvani, Aho Dhvani. You have a very melodious voice. You know when the donkey, what happens, you feel like beating him. That's donkey. So ignorance. And then Kaliya, brutality and treachery. extinguishing the forest fire. Now here, this is not a demon again, but it represents an anartha, and that is intercommunal discord among Vaishnavas. There were 2 forest fire, by the way. So first one is that. Second is Pralamba Sur, 12th one. Lusty inclinations, desire for personal gain or honor. 13th is second forest fire. Disruption of religious principles and interference with religious people by atheists. Next is correcting the Brahmanas. Of course, again, Brahmanas are not demons, but we are learning. So what happened is, due to their pride, they forgot. Due to their pride in Varnashram, we are Brahmanas. We are not going to hear what Krishna is saying. And Krishna had sent friends, go and tell them I'm hungry. Give me something. They said, no, no, we are performing yagya now. Get lost. Overcoming the pride of Lord Indra. This is which Leela? So there, demigod worship and tendency to think I'm supreme. Indra was thinking I'm supreme. And then Nanda Maharaj was trying to do demigod worship. So both the things are not correct. Nanda Maharaj was stolen by Varuna. So thinking that spiritual life can be enhanced by intoxication. Intoxication can be various types. Like when Prabhupada went to America, they were taking LSD. Why? They thought this is spiritual life. Nanda Maharaj delivered from snake. You know this pastime? Nanda Maharaj was caught by a snake. So rescuing the truth of eternal Krishna consciousness, which has been swallowed by impersonalist. So this is against Mayavadis. Shankhachuda, proneness towards acquiring name and fame, and Arishtasur, pride arising from indulging in false religions invented by cheaters, because of which we neglect bhakti. I will just complete another 2 and then I'll go back. Those of you who have not written can write, because I was going a little fast. Keshi, the feeling that I am great devotee and spiritual master. Right? This also is an anartha. How many of you feel you are a great devotee? No, no one will say. I should have asked before this. Vyomasura, associating with thieves and other rascals, and with people who put themselves forward as avatars. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going back just for you all, starting from 1. Just I'll give you 2-3 minutes. If you wish, you can write, then we start discussing further. Okay. Mute everyone. Who's the host? And mute everyone. But don't mute this one, otherwise this sound will not. Okay, next, if you have not written Trinavarth and Nalakuvar, Manigriv, if you miss something, go. This would you should click it. Okay, next, you have not written anything. What is this? Is this some recording? It's on or off? On it. It's okay, on it. You can't see, looks like pause. Which one? This one? Okay, next. Now I'll go quickly. If you have, maybe some of you can take shots and screenshot and send it.
Yeah.
Taken everything. So should I just go ahead? You can share it in the group. Okay, if you have not written, still you will get, don't worry. Now we'll go fast. Okay, so Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, please read this. Someone who has not read loudly. Yeah, please read.
The devotee who worships the holy name should first petition on the Lord for the strength to cast out all these unfavorable tendencies, and should pray thus before Lord Hari on a daily basis.
We should daily pray to Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that please remove these anarthas from my heart. Right? You should write this prayer, you should write these anarthas and place it in some place where you can see daily, especially where you have your mirror. Because that you see every day, right? And every day you see yourself in a mirror, what do you feel? Today I'm looking better than yesterday, right? I'm smart, my hairs are nice, or whatever. So put it there. Anytime it happens that you go stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself and you say, Papi, Adharmi, Neat. Any of you? Anytime? Right? You say, sinful person, rascal, useless. Anytime any of you said like that? Yes, very nice. This is what we should do when you go in front of this mirror, you know, what kind of a person we are. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying that we should first petition the Lord for strength to cast out all these unfavorable tendencies. Right? We should pray thus before Lord Hari on a daily basis. Daily. Okay. Any questions till now? Questions, comments, discussion, objections? That's Prabhupada. We read Prabhupada's quote. Prabhupada said that after that you become fixed. So there's no question of going back. Then you go on progressing. But still there are also subtle things. Like Bharat Maharaj could fall down from Bhava state. Well, not a fall down, but an example of that. So there are certain things, but then they are not like major obstacles as such. Because your progress is there. You're not fixed. Nishta is there, Ruchi is there. So that goes on. But we need to struggle. We cannot be just, relaxed at any stage unless you achieve the perfection. So that is, of course, careful. Yes. Prabhupada used to pray daily. Prabhupada made a statement, Maya cannot touch me. All the devotees are thinking, wow. How can somebody say that my Maya cannot touch me? And next day they saw Prabhupada was standing in front of the deity and saying, please save me from Maya, save me from Maya. So devotees got bewildered. One side you are saying Maya cannot touch you. The other side you are telling, save me from Maya. If Maya cannot touch you, why are you asking? So then they asked Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, because I pray daily to Krishna to save me, that is why Maya cannot touch me. So devotee is not very proud, oh, Maya cannot touch me. He has faith in Krishna. Because I am praying, Krishna will protect me. That is one of the symptoms of surrender. Avashya Rakshide Krishna Vishwas. You should daily pray. Whichever stage you are, doesn't matter. Praying is important thing. Asking for protection, asking for engaging in service. This is why not? We are not on a very high level where we think just of loving Krishna. Now we are not Vrajavasis. So still we need to ask certain things. But that things should be which are leading us to Krishna's pleasure. And this we are asking for Krishna's pleasure because Krishna is pleased when we go back home. Yes, yes, bro. Chaitanya Shikshamrita. In a book called Chaitanya Shikshamrita. Yes. Anyone else has any questions? Is it too heavy? We all thought there must be some katha or something.
It's very nice. Very useful.
Sure. How many of you, please raise your hand, how many of you are getting very nice sleep? So those who are, right in the front. You can imagine now you're saying lecture is very nice. I can understand what nice lecture is. Many times people tell me like, Prabhuji, your lectures are very nice. Why? Because we get good sleep. Okay. So, you want to sleep or should I continue? How many of you are understanding it or is it too boring? Sometimes we have to. We cannot just all the time hear katha. Yes, we should hear katha. I'm not saying that we should not. But katha also should be accompanied with knowledge, destroying the ignorance. And you all are serious devotees. You're not just come for the first time. If you would have come for the first time, I would have just told you chant Hare Krishna and be happy. That's all. That is what happens now when we come. People cheated us like anything, isn't it? Did they tell you in the beginning all this? When you came, nothing, just chant Prabhu, nothing. Oh, I'm eating meat, no problem. Oh, I'm drinking, no problem. Just chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Do I have to do anything? Nothing, just chant Hare Krishna. Okay, we start chanting and then offenses. You have to do this, you have to develop qualities. Arey, Baba, why didn't you tell me first? He said, that was our advertising department. So we are tricked in bhakti, isn't it? By devotees. Like, that's what how we preach, right? We don't preach to the person who comes for the first time. We ask him, do you eat meat? Do you drink? Yeah. Papi, adharmi. That's not our preaching, right? We tell him, no problem. Come. We know if he starts chanting, everything will go away. Don't worry. Okay. Till what time I'm supposed to speak now? It's already 1:40. What time we started? 11:30? No, 11:30, 45. Okay. 12 we started. Oh, it's already 1.5 hours. We have been here. Recording kitna was this? See? How many hours?
Yes.
One more than 1 hour. Oh. Should we stop? I was going to discuss Putana.
Very good.
Any of you getting late?
Because you have to prepare for evening programs and this thing.
We'll go directly from here and everyone will cooking.
After Putana, can you stop it?
We can stop now also if you
No,
wish.
Putana.
You want to see Putana. You like Putana? Yeah, I think, but this will take at least an hour. Yeah, one only, I said. Okay, now since you have said what to do, we'll follow. But you have to cook. There will be some people to help you, right? Then no problem. You all are expert. You can cook in 1 hour. And don't worry, it's night time. I don't take very heavy, so you can prepare some light. And these people anyway, they are all yogis, so they may not even eat also. Okay. Or we can do one thing. We can take a 5-minute break if you wish. 5 to 3 minutes. Just get up, stretch up. Any of you want to do some yoga exercises? Or is it comfortable sitting? Are you sure? Let's go ahead. Putana. So, before I speak on the pastime, generally when you speak on the pastimes, at the end, Shukadeva Goswami gives called Phala Shruti. What is the result of hearing about Putana? But I'll give you in advance so that you don't sleep. Okay? Please read someone.
Any person who hears with faith and devotion about how Krishna killed Putana and who thus invests his hearing in such childhood pastimes of Krishna certainly attains attachment to Govinda.
So you should thank Mataji that she wants all of you to get attachment to Krishna Govinda. That is why she said Putana we should kill. Then we will go. So you see such powerful these descriptions are. that just by hearing them, anyone who hears with faith and devotion, now there is a catch, not just hearing with faith and devotion about how Krishna killed Putana. Just if you keep hearing like this childhood pastime, certainly attains attachment to God. What else we need in our life, right? So just go on hearing every day. This will purify, and this will definitely purify our heart. If we just go on hearing, Mahaprabhu was hearing Dhruva pastime 100 times. Same thing, doesn't change. It is not that in the first story Dhruva was 5-year-old and second he became 6-year and third is 7-year-old. Same story, but Mahaprabhu was hearing 100 times the same thing. To tell us, not that he needed, to tell us that we should go on hearing. Even if you know what happened in Putana pastime, go on hearing every day. That is why Prabhupada said that before sleeping in the night, you must read Krishna book. The reason was this. If you just keep hearing, just pastime, and you will be liberated. You will achieve attachment to Krishna. So Putana, I'll tell briefly the story and then we will go on to kill Putana, if possible today. Otherwise, we are continuing like these sessions. When is the next such session? Not today evening or tomorrow evening. And then
again, yeah,
we have. So we have 2 more, right?
yes.
We'll kill 1 or 2 demons, definitely. No problem. Today evening, what are we doing?
Sign.
How many of you are coming today evening to the program? Okay. We are going to discuss on the signs on the lotus feet of Krishna. Today's topic is why Krishna's feet are called lotus feet. Why not rose feet? Right? Why not lily feet? Why not, what are the other flowers? Jasmine. So why only lotus feet? And then we will discuss about the 19 signs on the lotus feet of Krishna. So if you hear with faith, so Putana, actually if you read Brahma Vaivarta Puran, so Putana in her last life was Ratnamala. Her name was Ratnamala. She was, in one place it is said she was daughter of Bali Maharaj. The other place it is said she was sister of Bali Maharaj. So Garga Samhita and Brahma Vaivarta Puran have given this description, doesn't matter. We are going on the topic. We are not going to get fighting on whether she was a daughter or she was a sister, right? It doesn't make much difference. So when Bali Maharaj was performing this yagya, Vaman Dev came. We all know that. And Vaman Dev cheated, right? When Krishna cheats, he is the biggest cheater. No one can defeat him. Actually, Krishna does anything, he is the biggest. Even stealing, he is the biggest, isn't it? Chauragraganyam Purusham Namami. So he steals. And when he steals, he becomes the biggest thief. What is he stealing? Shri Radhikaya Hridayasya Chaura Chauragraganyam Purusham Namami. So he's stealing the heart of Srimati Radharani. Shri Radhikaya Hridayasya Chaura. And what does it matter to us then? Then it is said, Anek janmarjit pap chauram chaura jaganyam purusham namami. Anek janmarjit pap chaura. What have we taken from long, many lifetimes? We have just, we have the possessions. What is our possession? It's only sinful activity, sinful reaction. Anek janmarjit pap. And who's Krishna? Chaura. So he's the only one who can take away all our sinful reactions. No one else. No one can take away your sin. No thief like that. Thief may take your tube light, thief may take something, your gold or something, but your sinful reaction, pap, are only taken by Krishna. So whatever Krishna does is the best, right? Like you see Jagannath coming out. When Jagannath comes out, have you seen any of you Jagannath Rath Yatra when he comes out? So he has a huge crown made of bamboo sticks. And then when he walks, what happens? It goes like this. Looks like a drunkard, the biggest drunkard, right? He's intoxicated by seeing his devotees, so many devotees. So Krishna does great. So here Krishna is cheating Bali Maharaj. It's the greatest cheater. He just came and told, I just need 3 paces. See, Vaman avatar is a very important avatar because Vaman Dev is a Manavantar avatar. He's going to stay here for the entire Manu's period. He's still here in this universe. He has not gone back. He's in the heaven. Indra is serving him daily. This is mentioned in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. That Indra brings daily plate of prasad and keeps it, and the Vaman Dev eats like this. It's going on there in the. So when we talk of Indra, what comes to, as soon as we hear the word Indra, what comes to our mind? Govardhan Leela. But about Indra's character, sense gratifier, enjoyer, right? No, he's offering daily, and Vaman Dev is eating directly. Such a great devotee Indra is. So when Vaman Dev came, so he told Bali Maharaj, I want to ask, what do you want? 3 paces flying, 3 steps. And that to mine, he said, not yours, Vaman Dev said. And he had such small feet, lotus feet. So Bali Maharaj said, I can give you whatever you want. You are young, you want young girls to get married, you want villages, you want money, you want opulence. What you want, I can give. You have come to Bali. He says this, that if someone comes to Bali, he should not be going anywhere else and begging. So don't hesitate, ask. Vaman Dev said, only this. So Vaman knew, he was smiling. He said, what are you talking of money? After some time, you won't have for yourself anything. But Vaman Dev knew everything. So then he said, okay. He was about to give. Shukracharya realized he is Vishnu. He stopped him. Don't do it. He will take away everything. He is disguising. He is Vishnu. In 3 steps, he'll take away everything. Bali Maharaj said, of course, he thought that if he's Vishnu, everything belongs to him anyway. What am I giving him? And he said, I've given my word. Mother Earth can tolerate. This is spoken by Bali Maharaj. Mother Earth can tolerate all these mountains, etc. It's not a burden. But one person who's a liar is a burden on this Mother Earth. I don't want to become burden. I will give. So he gives. And then, he was cheated. Bali Maharaj. You see, Krishna likes to cheat. He likes to disguise, and in disguise give us the best thing. Although we were seeing that he has taken away everything from Bali Maharaj, but actually he was giving Bali Maharaj the best of the things. He became his servant. So similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in disguise has given us 3 names. Hare, Krishna and Ram. These 3 names, right? Like Vaman Dev 3 steps, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu only 3 names, but they are in disguise. That as these 3 steps made Bali Maharaj, so opulent, or so he gave him his own place to live. Similarly, these 3 names are so powerful. They are in disguise. It seems so simple, but these 3 names can give us the entire spiritual world. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. So Bali Maharaj gave everything. And at that time, when he entered, first when Vaman Dev came, Ratnamala was there. And Ratnamala saw him coming, small brahmachari. And she developed a desire. I wish I had a son like him. It's so nice. Because Vaman Dev, what is he exhibiting? When Krishna comes in different incarnations, he displays different potencies. Like when he comes as Lord Kapila, what is he displaying? His potency of knowledge, right? He gave the Sankhya Yoga. You go on breaking your heads, you don't understand what is he speaking. Kapila, Lord gave knowledge. When he came as Narsimha, what was he displaying? Anger, right? He was very angry, Narsimha Dev. Like when Narsimha Dev came, my God, he was so angry, no one was going close to him. He had, killed Hiranyakashipu. He had taken out his intestine and put it on around his neck. You know why he did that? Putting intestine on around his neck. Because when Hiranyakashipu was dying, he understood, this is my Lord. Hiranyakashipu is a devotee, Jai Vijay. So he understood, and he looked at Prahlad, and Prahlad was waiting with a garland. You've seen the photo? Prahlad is waiting in the garden. So he thought, oh my God, my son is better than me. At least he's offering. My Lord has come. I'm not able to offer even a garland to him. As soon as he thought this, Nrsimhadev took out his intestine and put it across. He said, don't worry, I've accepted your service. That's a love between devotees. We see it so horrible. Taking out intestine and then putting across his neck. My God, what is he doing? So horrible. But that's not horrible. That's love. Exchange of love. Kashyapa said, I want to offer. I said, no problem. I'll take. This is yours. I'll take. So anyway, Nrsimhadev appeared. He was so angry, and Brahma was not. Everyone said, Brahma, you go. You are the leader. You know, if anything goes wrong, leader is put in front. So Brahma, you go. Brahma said, I. Lord was looking at him like this, Brahma, this is all because of you. You keep giving benediction, tathastu, and I have to do all this makeup for you. So, what he has to do for him? So Brahma was afraid. Then Brahma told Lakshmi Devi, you go. You are his wife. Lakshmi said, I have never seen my husband like that. No way, I'm not going. She was also afraid. Then everyone looked at Prahlad. He said, it's all because of you. You go. Prahlad, just a 5-year-old, he just went straight to the Lord. And Lord was so happy seeing Prahlad like that. He lifted him, made him sit on his lap, and he was licking him. Right? I think that's the only place where Lord is licking his devotee. Otherwise, okay, he can pat, but licking here, you know, he's as a king, as a lion, what will he do? So licking. So when he was doing that, when he was loving Prahlad like that, Lord Nrsimha developed a desire in his heart that I'm showering such love to my devotee, but nobody showers this love on me because he came without parents, right? He just appeared from the pillar. Even before him, Matsya Avatar, no parents. Kurma Avatar, Varaha Avatar, Narsingha Avatar, no parents. But then after that, he thought, I'll have parents. So then came in Ram Avatar, parents. You know, they were patting him. Dashrath Maharaj used to make him sit on his lap, and then lap. So Nrsimha was satisfied. Yes, that's okay. So Nrsimhadev appeared at that time. So he came. So Vamandev, what is he exhibiting? He's exhibiting beauty of Krishna. It was very beautiful. Generally in this world, when we say beautiful, we say for women, and for men we say handsome. But for Krishna, we don't say he's handsome. He's beautiful, right? So Vamandev came, very beautiful. And he was attracting. So as soon as he entered, Ratnamala thought, I should have a son like him. So she had a desire to have Krishna as son. Krishna fulfilled. Krishna said, I'll fulfill the desire. But then when he cheated Bali Maharaj, Ratnamala was very angry. He said, you cheated my brother or my father, whatever. So he said, you have cheated, I want to kill you. Krishna says, Tathastu. I will fulfill both your desires. And that is why she appeared as Putana. So in Putana, when she came, both the desires were fulfilled. Of course, no one can kill Krishna, but at least she tried. So, so what happened in Putana's case, that Kansa wanted to kill. Kansa came to know that my killer, he has appeared somewhere. I want to kill him. So he employed Putana. Why? Because Putana was expert in killing children. That was her expertise. See, people have expertise in so many things in this world. So she was expert. She knew various ways how to kill the child. So she was called, and Kamsa said, go and kill all the male children. And female, you just kidnap them. Don't kill them. So she was doing that. Everywhere she was going, she was killing the male child. And he said only those who have been born in last 10, 15 days, not everyone. So she was going, because Kansa knew there was a prediction given by Durga Devi or Vaishnavi or Kumari, Kanya Kumari, that your killer of you, or one who will be killing you, has already appeared. So then Kansa sent Putana, kill. So Putana was going around. She also kidnapped Radharani, and Chandravali, that's all is there. Rupa Goswami has written. And then she came to Braja. So now Putana came to Braja and she wanted to kill Krishna. So she was thinking of various methods. She knew various methods. And one of the ways was she had applied a very, very strong, very powerful poison on her breast. Why? The child, as soon as touches, forget about drinking milk and all, the child will just touch and will die. That powerful poison was there. Aho bakiyam stan kalakutam. Kalakutam means that kind of poison she had brought. How many of you know this verse? Only one. I think one day I'll come and I'll stay for a month just teaching you all the verses, shlokas. Okay? So this is a beautiful verse about Putana spoken by Uddhava. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigham sayafayadapya sadhavi lebhe gatim dhatri uchitam tatonyo kamva dayalu sharanam brajema. Uddhava is saying, Aho bakiyam. Baki means sister of Bakasur. Putana was sister of Bakasur. See, all were family, were all demons. So, Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakutam, this Baki, this Putana came applying this powerful poison, Kalakutam, on her breast. Aho Bakiyam Stanakalakutam, Chigham Sayapa Yadapya Sadhavi. She took a form of a very beautiful woman, but she was a Sadhavi, demoness. Lebhe Gatindha Prichitam Tatum. But what Krishna did, Krishna gave her the highest position of a mother in spiritual world, Dhatri. Dhatri means a nurse or a mother. Kamva dayalu sharanam brajema. So Uddhava is saying, who else is more merciful than Krishna? So we should go in his shelter. We should take shelter of Krishna, sharanam brajema. Don't take shelter of anything else, any other person, any other personality. Just go to Krishna. Aho bakiyam stanaka. So Putana came, she had applied this poison and she took a very, very beautiful form. She was a demoness, very horrible, but she took a beautiful form. Looked like when she entered Braja and she was holding a flower, lotus flower in her hand, people thought she's Lakshmi Devi. She was so beautiful. So nobody stopped her. People thought Lakshmi has come to see our Krishna. Because anyway, many demigods were coming to see Krishna. So they didn't bother. They said, okay, Lakshmi. So she came, even Rohini and Yashoda didn't stop. She just went inside, right inside where Krishna was on the crab. And Putana entered. Krishna was looking. As soon as he looked at Putana, Krishna closed his eyes. Acharyas explained why Krishna closed his eyes. Number one reason they gave, because Krishna was thinking, she's the one who has killed many children in Braja. I don't want to look at her. So Krishna closed his eyes. I don't want to look at her. The second reason Acharyas gave, that Krishna was thinking, oh no, not again. Because earlier as Ramachandra, when he killed the first demoness, was a woman, right? Who was she? Ataka. That was the first one. So he was just thinking, oh my God, I came as Ram and I had to kill the first one was a lady. And now here again, so he just closed his eye. No, not again. And the third reason Acharyas gave, that by closing the eyes, he was giving assurance to Putana that don't worry, I'm going to liberate you. Because Putana, when she saw Krishna in cradle, she got scared. Doesn't look like an ordinary boy. She had killed so many children. She never got that feeling. First time she saw Krishna and she was like, no, this boy is something special, powerful person. So Krishna closed her, don't worry, I'm going to liberate you. So that's how Krishna welcomed. So she came, she took Krishna and she wanted to feed Krishna. Not feed, she wanted to kill. But anyway, she took Krishna and, thinking that, okay, I'm feeding Krishna and then he will die. I will leave him and I'll go. Nobody will know, as but generally the children after drinking milk, they sleep. So she thought like, I'll do that, put him back into the cradle, I'll go, nobody will know. But Krishna knows everything. So when she took, so Krishna started sucking, and not just the milk. Krishna is so powerful, he started sucking his life, sucking her life air. Putana was dying. Just imagine having a small boy, and Putana thought, what is happening to me? I'm not able to breathe, I'm not able to do. She started shouting, she started throwing away Krishna. Hamunch means she was saying, leave me, leave me. And Krishna was not leaving. Just imagine, Krishna was, no, I will not, I'll take your life and kill you. And then she ran outside. She could not control that feeling, and she ran outside. And then she came into her original form, huge demoness. The body was 12 miles long when she died. Huge demoness. And Krishna is still there as a small boy. You can imagine how small Krishna was when Yashoda was trying to tie Krishna to the mortar. Krishna's waist, how much was it? Just this much. And that is why when first time Yashoda thought I have to tie, so she took out the thread, they tie their hair. She just took out that. She said, I'll tie. This much is there. She couldn't tie, of course, we know. So that Krishna, so soft, so small. And here is a demoness, 12 mile long, 12 mile height. You can see, oh, no one can even find out where is she standing. And then she's shouting, leave me. And Krishna is not ready to. And finally, he killed her just by sucking her life air. She died. And when she died, and her body was like 12 miles long. You can imagine from here to what? Airport? Yeah, 12 miles will be airport, right? You've reached airport. That was Putana's body. So Putana was killed like this. But the advantage was that in general, the demons, they achieve Sayujya Mukti. If they are killed outside of Braja, Sayujya means merging into the Lord. That's called Sayujya Mukti. But Putana, fortunately, she got the spiritual birth. She went back to Godhead. So that is why this verse, Ahobaki Imstanakalaku. And this is one of the sweetness of Krishna. Krishna, when he kills demons in Braja, he sends them back to spiritual. He's not giving them Sayujya. So now Putana, she represents two kinds of bogus guru. Number one, a person, and number two, the mind, who acts as spiritual master. So one is a person who preaches sense gratification or just the liberation or both, that's all. There are so many bogus gurus like that, especially in India. India is a very fertile land. So incarnations and bogus gurus keep appearing everywhere. But at the same time, this person may be engaged in some Krishna conscious activity, but not has realized the course of pure devotional service. So we have to be careful. So this is Putana. And now we will discuss in detail, but not today, in the next session, because it's too much for you to take all at one time, right? So we are going to discuss about these two, how a person can be a bogus guru, and very important, how mind can be bogus guru, how mind cheats you in bhakti, and how you have to cheat mind. So we will learn that in our next session. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Thank you very much. Sorry for such long lecture.